Oh man, so this story about Teddy Bridgewater, man, it's insane, alright? So you guys don't know. I don't even know if I should call him a former or current, but NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater has been coaching his high school alma mater, and they have suspended him for simply helping out. Now, if you clicked on this video right here, you came to the best source because I'm right here. I'm in Miami. So I've been watching this whole situation play out close up, and it's been building up for some months, alright? This ain't the first thing to happen. Let's talk about it. So straight up, it's plain disgusting how they doing this, man, because you will expect this type of attention or activity coming from outside schools, not your own damn school, because essentially what they're doing is trying to stop any recruitment efforts by punishing this type of activity. But once again, you expect that from outside schools, not your own school. But let me break this down so you understand what's going on. So there's several football powerhouses in Miami, Florida. So in Miami-Dade County, that power swings around from time to time for several reasons. But the major players are always a few high schools: Miami Northwestern, Miami Central, Miami Carol City, that's my folks, Booker T. Washington, and Miami Norland. Those schools are always fighting to dominate the city in football, and every few years, one of these schools become the top destination for the talent in the city. But recruiting is technically illegal, and kids are not supposed to go to schools outside of their zones, their neighborhoods. So those rules are supposed to be in place to maintain a competitive balance, but people always find ways to work around that shit. But meanwhile, this only applies to public schools. Private schools are not restricted to those rules. That's why you see South Florida programs like Chaminade Madonna or St. Thomas Aquinas being able to dominate for all these years. But those schools are mostly based in Broward County, although they do take some Miami kids from time to time, like say for example Jeremiah Smith Jr., who went crazy at Ohio State as a true freshman his last year. He's from my neighborhood in Carol City, now known as Miami Gardens, but just like me, he found himself under coach Damian Jones, in my opinion one of the best coaches in South Florida. That man taught me a whole lot. Shout out to that man. But nevertheless, in Miami-Dade County, public schools reign supreme. So now that you understand the landscape of what's going on in South Florida, let's talk about this Teddy Bridgewater situation specifically. So Teddy is a hometown favorite. I done been around the dude at little camps and stuff like that. My homies grew up playing with dude. Great personality, funny dude, chill dude at the same damn time. So when it was announced that he would be going back to his alma mater to coach over there, that is Miami Northwestern, the city already knew that them boys was going to be in good hands. They were going to be good simply because not only were they going to be able to retain their talent, which is hard to do down here, but he also was going to be able to attract kids from other schools. But no one really hated on that move though. The city was really happy about that shit. We thought it was dope. And I wish much more schools did things like this, you know, have people come in to help that know what the hell they talking about, because it's a lot of people that know what the hell they talking about. But Teddy did an amazing job, quickly got them boys a championship, and everyone was happy. Everyone was happy. Now things started to get weird when Teddy publicly supported my alma mater, okay? So as you can see right here, this is the principal Miss Bridget Washington McKinney. So Miami Carol City got backlash for allowing little league kids to attend a scrimmage at the high school. You know, they was allowed to stand on the sidelines and stuff, but basically people were saying that they were kind of recruiting. Now Teddy Bridgewater seen all the backlash, and he decided to go ahead and show love. So Teddy B made his post right here saying, wow, they actually let kids who will one day attend their school on the sidelines and don't run everyone off. Some people actually get it. Now the on-field competition, I won't speak on that, LOL, but when it comes to being in sync with the community, the parks, and next generation, this is how it's supposed to be done. Maybe one day we will start allowing the kids from parks to attend our games or even scrimmages again without them being run off. Missed out on some of the best Little League athletes in previous years because of this right here. Well done, CC. I'm no hater, 100. Appreciate you, my boy. But in response to Teddy showing that love, this is what the athletic director in Miami Northwestern put out. His own school, they put out this statement right here saying, we are aware of recent comments made by Coach Bridgewater suggesting that Miami Northwestern should engage in activities modeled after those of another school. While we respect all programs and their approaches, it is important to clarify that such actions would be in direct violation of FHSAA recruiting guidelines. Miami Northwestern is fully committed to upholding the integrity of high school athletics and adhering strictly to the FHSAA rules. We will not compromise our values or the future of our program by engaging in any conduct that could jeopardize our school or our student athletes. So we remain focused on excellence, accountability, and doing things the right way. So Andre Williams, woody woody woo. That's the athletic director. Now I'm gonna fill y'all in on this right here. The athletic director that's at Teddy school was the athletic director when I was in school at my high school. And silly shit like this pushed almost all of our talent away. But let's continue with the story, all right? So many people down here was upset about that shit, that the West didn't hold them down like they supposed to hold their guy down, you know? Things eventually blew over until Teddy made this post last week. So Teddy B says this right here: good morning to all of my Bulls and Bull supporters. Today I'm coming to you on behalf of the team and seeking donations to assist our boys this season and to help me carry the load so I no longer have to take from my personal funds to keep smiles on these young men's face and remind them that they matter. From daily Uber rides to feeding the boys MLK, $1,500 a week. Every morning following our morning training session to feeding the boys catered pasta during the season, to prize sets, to training camp, I cover all the expenses. So today I'm putting together my fundraising packages for individuals looking to donate to the program. You will be able to donate to my foundation personally, and funds will be used throughout the season as we get ready to crank up. The most recent event we have upcoming is our training camp where we sleep in the school's basketball gym. Last year it cost me $14,000 to conduct the camp, 4 nights, 3 hot meals a day from local black-owned restaurants, and a snack on some of those days. Last year it cost me $9,500 to purchase prize sets for the players so they can look like a team. Also last year it cost me $300 a week to keep the field painted with lines and numbers so our players can know how to line up and execute. Last year also cost me $1,300 a week to have recovery trucks come service the players the day before games. During the season, each week it cost me $2,200 to feed the team pregame meal. Each week I spend around $700 on Uber fees. So hear me out. This isn't a cry for help, but more so a coach seeking donations. I will post the fundraising packages I put together later today, and I will provide my foundation's bank account information later today. If Teddy Bridgewater doesn't personally approach on behalf of the football team asking for donations, feel free to do what you want. The job will get done one way or another, but those of you considering donating, I thank you in advance. P.S. These are all things I choose to do on my own and are not requirements for the boys to have, according to the rule makers and those who make the decisions at Miami Northwestern. But that news went out there, and then the investigation went on, and then his school eventually suspended him. So Teddy put out this post right here saying, damn, people done caused all this confusion. Got a phone call tonight and there's no real investigation going on. I told you I have to be an employee to be investigated. Now the paperwork thing still stands, but there was no investigation. We self-reported. Meaning that Miami Northwestern on their own reported what was going on and they decided to suspend him. So he says Vern and his administrative homeboys want me going apparently and tried to hire one of my dogs like bro wasn't gonna lace me up. Damn. The suspension came from Miami Northwestern and it's impossible to suspend someone who doesn't work for you. So if I'm suspended from Miami Northwestern, I'm free to go to another school of my choice, but I'm not going anywhere. And if it comes down to it, I will volunteer from the bleachers like I used to in 2018 and 2019 when no one had a problem. This is my last post about this bullshit. So they trying to force that man out of there. But a lot of people in the sports world have been supporting Teddy Bridgewater. Cam Jordan says, I've heard private schools shell out money to players. Other schools recruit in the NIL era, and he's being suspended for helping his players, feeding his players. Make that make sense. Andrew Hawkins says this is bullshit. Jordan Show says he's being penalized for what? Absolutely shameful. These are the kind of servant leaders our communities need. What message does this send to the next Teddy Bridgewater? Sean Merriman says complete bullshit. If it wasn't for the people like coaches like Teddy, I wouldn't have made it. It was times we didn't have food growing up, so my club coaches made sure I was fed. Many times we couldn't afford gas, so they gave me a ride. I couldn't afford cleats, so they made sure I had cleats. He should be thanked, not punished. Coach Carl Reed says the suspension of Teddy Bridgewater is another example of the educational system never truly being about the kids. Ocho Cinco Chad Johnson from Miami 2 says basic necessities and resources that the kids needed, and this is what you do. Facepalm emoji. Robert Littell from BSO says suspended for helping out kids out of his own pocket while making no money for himself. This is the world we are living in. Yeah, he made $0, by the way. You know, he wasn't an employee. He's just a volunteer. Way more fly than you says, Teddy supports them kids with money out of his own pockets. To see how he's being treated is disgusting. In fact, though, bro. Leading up to the situation, Teddy been trying to have a good spirit, posting things like this. Free Mr. Clark. You know, this is before the suspension, but now it's sitting there. And it's messed up, bro. And he was posting everything that he was doing before as a volunteer, when he was like showing love, and the school sending him emails thanking him for donations. He highlighted times when he fed everybody. Shout out to Wayne Times, he cool as fuck. But before he was the coach, he would hire food trucks to come and serve the kids and the band auxiliary members, man. Teddy was showing a lot of love, and he'll probably be able to show more love financially. That's times right there. Show more love financially after, if he goes back to being a volunteer. But those kids are not going to be able to, you know, get that hands-on love from Teddy, which is sad. He may still be able to, but I'm sure it's rubbing him the wrong way that them folks really trying to force him out. Now listen, I don't know who the decision this actually is. Teddy said someone named Vern and his administration. I don't know. All I know is this ain't a good look. Now maybe they're trying to jump in front of the situation so there isn't a harsher punishment, but I think you just gotta fight for your guy. Don't continue to throw him under the bus, dog. He's just trying to help, so who cares about all these stupid rules? A lot of these coaches, they be ruining these kids' playing careers, so if their families value football, they should be able to go and find the best schools for the kids to attend. But Teddy and his popularity is bringing attention to stuff that's been going on down here, dog. Silly shit, salty shit like this been happening, dog. Now he probably shouldn't post about certain things. I think he's doing it just because he doesn't know any better, because he's simply doing what coaches did for him. Y'all heard Sean Merriman said, but he's doing it at a larger scale because he has larger pockets. But it's frustrating to see a man get punished for simply just giving back. And the whole time, he can still be getting millions in the league, dog. Josh Johnson in the league at 39 years old. Of course, Teddy Two Gloves could still be in the league right now, getting some money, dog. He was just playing for the Lions. After his team won a state championship, he signed with the Lions to go ahead and back them up and got some reps in the playoff game. You feel me? Like, Teddy could still be out here getting money, but he want to give back to the community, passing up on millions of dollars right now. It's sad to see this play out like this, but listen, man, Teddy, the sports world is behind you. You may have to go to a private school, which would suck, because it's beyond the whole purpose of him wanting to go and support his alma mater. It's not about money for him. He want to help the kids like him. You feel me? But hey, dog, it is what it is. Y'all let me know what you got to say in the comment section below. I'm going to get up out of here, though. This is another update with Stace. I need my sports fans to follow my sports page. It's called All Ball. Just go on my main channel. You'll see it down here. Boom. Go ahead and subscribe. Once we get close to 1K subscribers, then I'm going to be posting content over here so we can get this monetized, and all the people that love sports, similar to how I do my thing over here, you're going to have sports curated content with updates on a daily basis over there. All right.